I'm so excited to be talking today with Rachel Simmons, who is the recruiting director at Waffle House Incorporated. Today, we're going to talk about how during the pandemic, Rachel has been able to help those wanting to give back to the community, as well as their initiative to donate meals to first responders and the lessons that she's learned during this crisis. Even before COVID and the quarantine, your job was almost to think outside the box.
That's right. We went outside the box everywhere. So we did catered food. We did the meals for donate meals for first responders that I think you donated to.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
we did groceries. And so groceries were just selling just that. So you remember they made all restaurants shut down. So all these restaurants have all these freezers full of
Food.
food
Yeah.
and I can see what we paid for it and what we sold it to the public for. We didn't make anything off of this. We just didn't want it to sit there in the freezers and the refrigerators. So
Sure.
we put up these grocery ads and people loved it. You know, you could buy cases of steaks and hamburgers and chicken breasts and all this stuff.
I think I saw
And
the
then
one for the waffle mix and, like, eggs and
waffle
all kinds
mix.
of yeah.
Oh my word, yes. And then I had a lot of people donating that. They said instead of donating meals, can I donate groceries to this family that's been out of work and to this single mom that I
Oh,
want to fill up
wow.
her freezer with meat and so those kinds of things. And so I just most of my donating and catering all came from a place of caring,
Yeah,
whether it was a big box store or an individual like yourself. Every single sale I made, which is very cool, none of it came out of the selfishness of, hey, I'm hungry, let's go get Waffle. And that's not selfish. None of it came out of,
sure,
let's just go
sure.
get Waffle House to eat. Not one sale.
Yeah.
Every single sale was for somebody else, which is so cool. We had our catering truck is in Atlanta, and it's basically just a retrofitted camper.
Sure.
So it's just a big camper that's been
I
wrapped
feel
to
like
look
that's
like
very
the
on brand, Rachel. That goes right
and
along with the Waffle House brand.
it really does. It's just straight on point. So they wrapped it to look like the outside of a Waffle House, and they drove it up to Cookville and just gave out free meals while it lasted for several days. They
Yeah,
just loaded it up with food, and because it is an actual food truck, the inside of
sure.
it, and refrigerated and all that. And they have their own generators, so they just gave out food to people because Cookville was the hardest hit in the
Yeah,
tornadoes, and they parked it downtown for a couple of days as well, and just gave out food until it ran out
yeah.
in the Gulch area or wherever it was hit down there.
Germantown, I
And
think, but yeah. Oh,
Germantown,
slash the
Germantown.
boat. Yeah, it's that little strip
Yep,
right there, yeah. Not
right.
little, but
But yeah, you're right. It is contagious. So, to pivot for catering was great. To see people purchasing large amounts of food, not for an office get together or a party, but because I want to feed other people. And then that caught on, like you said.
yeah,
I just had a baby in the hospital, and all these people are in there working during the heat of this COVID. Can you send these two departments meals? I
wow.
just, my husband he's going for chemo treatments every day. Can you send the infusion clinic meals? So it's that kind of give, which was so awesome.
That is my boyfriend and I were talking about this right after the tornado. We were talking about the contagiousness of caring and the
Oh yeah,
contagiousness or the virality, and I'm not trying to down but, like, it has this
yeah,
it catches on. It's this,
yeah.
like, again, there's
That's a
there's
good thing.
literally a book called Contagious, and it talks about how you make
Yeah.
things catch on, and we talked about how, in Nashville, specifically around the greater Nashville area right after the tornado, and I'm not trying to be it was like, if you weren't volunteering, it was like,
Oh
you are not one of the cool kids. Like, what
yeah.
is wrong with you? Like, how'd you like the day of, like, it
You're
happened
evil.
on Monday night slash Tuesday morning, and by Tuesday, it was like, if you weren't figuring out a way to help, I was like, do you not have a soul? Like,
Volunteering.
we were trying, it was like,
Yep.
it's just expected. And I think some of that is the South.
Mhm.
I think that's the
Mhm.
hospitality of the South. But I think also
Mhm.
Nashville in particular, because I know this is kind of your area, like, it has a really specific and unique contagiousness around caring and helping one
Mhm.
another and volunteerism, and
Yep.
that's one of the reasons I wanted to start this initiative.